Greetings, folks, and welcome to the last new comic book day of 2020. So it's December 30th, 2020, and this was a light week. Mercifully so. If you get my drift, your boy needed to make sure that he had some money to use for presents for people who wanted them. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I did. Um, so I know it's so shaky. Sorry about that, folks. I'm gonna make some minor adjustments for y'all. There you go. There you go. And yeah, so I went and picked up a couple of things. This was one of those things that I got today. I was trying to find Bo-Katan, so but I was able to get an Ahsoka for the Funko Pops. The Mandalorian, man, I tell you, it's just done wonders for my psyche. Um, it was awesome, but yeah, sometime this week, the dude named Pablo Hidalgo, yo, man, y'all are tripping. Y'all need to stop trashing the fans. Dave Filoni and John Favreau had just built all sorts of goodwill trying to mend the wounds that took place during the abomination that was the sequel trilogy. Uh, so, and Pablo Hidalgo, dude, you messed with the wrong one. The one YouTuber with like a gazillion followers, dude. That's what you get, bitch, and you're gonna get all that clap back. Is you deserve it, dude. Don't try to lie and stuff. Try to apologize now. You had all that time to do so, but yeah. Anyways, back to comic book day instead of drama, right? I had to mention it because it was I believe an important thing to date stamp in this time frame, something so I won't forget. Like, oh yeah, I remember back then when that bitch ass finally got his from the fans and the media. Anyways, yeah, Batman Annual 5. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the James Tynion or Tynion run of the Batmans. This is the origin of our boy, the Clown Hunter. And yeah, well, I mean, I believe he's an Asian cat, so I'm even extra more motivated to see what's up because I didn't think they were going to do. They were going to have an Asian dude become like a recurring character in the Bat, thing. Not that it was necessary or anything. It was just kind of cool. So, if the story could be told well, not forced in there like this, or organic. I'm not, I mean, like it's an organic situation. This is cool. It works, not for diversity's sake. Um, the In-Hyuk Lee cover variant. I like In-Hyuk Lee's covers, man. Yeah, his stuff is just good. Love it. I went and got the Stegman version of the Ghost Rider cover. Um, I didn't get to see the Saltaris one, so at least in good condition. So I just picked this one up because this is the one that had the better cover. Stegman doing good. Plus, yeah, look at this Ghost Rider face is kind of dope. Didn't want to get the nullified stuff. Now, I'm not sure whether or not I picked this up or not. I should have watched my own videos a couple weeks back to see if I did or not. But I don't think I did. And so I picked it up. I'm not even sure if it comes out this week or last week. Either way, I'm from my understanding, this was an older book, but I picked it up just in case because I don't want to miss out on Hellions. It's a fun book. X-Men 16, I know for fact was new. So I'm glad I got that. Psych is my boy, dude. Wolverine is what got me into X-Men when I was a kid, because when you're a kid and you see a motherfucker with claws, 3 claws coming out of their fists ready to slash at fools. You know what I mean? Who says no to that? So the 90s just called to me. Really did. Like all that edgy extreme shit. Wolverine and all the things that they did in Image and violent stuff just scratched the itch that I liked in the 90s. It was a really awesome time period for me. Of course, none of that flies anymore. It's kind of goofy and dated when people look at it in retrospect. And I'm not really sure what lens, these millennials see these books at, but I'm pretty sure that they're not impressed and that they're probably joking. Either way, that was my shit. I loved it back in the day and I still kind of do. Right. And Psych, the Summers brothers, Cyclops eventually seriously won me over, especially after the Fatal Attraction stuff when, he was leading the X-Men quietly. He reminded me, if there was anybody who I wanted to play Psych back in the day, it would have been Michael Biehn. You know what I mean? The dude from Terminator 1, guy who played Hicks. I always imagined Cyclops to have that similar disposition, just a man of little words, but knows what to do. That level of confidence. That's why Psych and the Summers brothers, especially Havoc, were my favorites. Havoc more because he was the underappreciated brother with the really dope costume. All right. Shang-Chi number 4. Yeah. I'm not sure if this is a mini series or not. It doesn't say. Either way, Shang-Chi, y'all. Cover A. And now I'm not really feeling this costume at all. Oh, oops. Well, yeah, this is the one that everybody was fighting for at the comic book shops. I went to 3 different stores. The first store I went to, maybe there was like 1 copy there and it was wrecked. And I wasn't really looking for this book. Second LCS that I went to, homeboy was selling it for $20 off the bat. I was like, yeah, no, I don't think it's that dope. Yeah, I wasn't feeling scalper prices right then and there. I understand why, they got to eat, but yeah, not today. Not today, guys. So I went on I was very lucky that on my 3rd LCS, he had a ton just sitting there, and me not being an a-hole, just picked the one for myself. I'm not judging anybody who buys more, but I just picked one for myself. Of course, the crispiest copy, you know what I'm saying? Got to keep it crispy. I got to inspect that ish. And got it. All right. The Wolverines, number 8. Y'all don't know me, but you're going to learn soon enough that obviously that the 90s era to me was the best. A late 80s and 90 to mid 90s era X-Men, before the Age of Apocalypse kind of situation. This was what was my favorite era of the X-Men, because it was, again, extreme, hyper violent, and Maverick was just one of those characters whose uniforms just aesthetically did it for me. I was like, yes, this is dope. This is what I want the future to look like, where all of us looking techie and stuff, I lived in Japan at the time, so for me, this was getting closer to the cyberpunk future that I wanted to live in, where everybody's wearing, robotic shit, cyber shit, cybernetic cyborg parts and stuff. So yeah, that, so to me, that's why the 90s stuff was so dope, This was the cover A, and I couldn't help myself. I bought the retail incentive cover. This one was the doozy, guys. Obviously, you know why. Look at this. Look at this. This is a gorgeous fucking cover, folks. Dave Finch, right? Another 90s guy, more mid 90s, but still of that same ilk and era, that was respectful to the Jim Lee / Mark Silvestri era. You know what I mean? It screams it. And of course, with today's technology, you know what I'm saying? Today's tech to do the art, it's looking really good. It's a lot cleaner these days. I didn't think that art could get better and progressively look better with colors and stuff until, obviously time went by. Things did get better. I was like, wow, I don't think anything could beat this. And sure enough, I'm saying the same thing. Now I'm like, I don't think anything could beat this. Yeah. Sabretooth, we all know that he's still in the dungeon somewhere, so don't let him out. I think it was more, the dude just really likes Sabretooth, and it makes sense. The Weapon X project. This cover's sick. I love it. Retail incentive cover. I'm not sure if it's 1 in 25, but yeah, Dave Finch. That's what's up. And that's it for the mainstream stuff. Now time to lodge in on the indie stuff. Oops, sorry about that, Xenomorph. You can spit acid later, homie. All right, here we go. Okay. I know I showed y'all some Scumbags issue 2 and 3, right? I decided I was going to pick up issue 1 because my copies were taking way too long, and to be honest, with the way people's packages are being handled these days, I don't know if it'll come in looking good. So I figured I'm just going to get it. And I did. Issue 1, Scumbag, cover A. All right. Monstrous 2 of 2, of the talk stories. And I did a separate video, just gushing over Monstrous already. Marjorie Liu, Sana Takeda, y'all are like really good. And yeah, and if I was a simp, I'd simp for y'all. I Walk with Monsters issue 2. I gotta say the concept was dope, but the execution for me maybe a little too slow. I don't know. I haven't read issue 2, but issue 1 was kind of well, maybe it'd be better in television than in comic, because the pacing was just like okay. But I can't help myself. They got me already, and I'm a completionist, so I'm finishing it when I can. All right. Next, by Vault Studios again, Engine Ward, issue 6. And of course, y'all know I got me some Comic Clear backboards. So, and this is a wraparound cover. I'm in my next Mylar therapy session, I'm going to show it off so you can see the other side of this wraparound cover as I provide it the treatment that it deserves. The Mylar treatment / clear, Comic Clear backing boards that it deserves. All right. Villainous number 3. I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess it's just me liking the Thunderbolt so much that I felt compelled to support this. Yep. Villains United 2. I love that. So, by Mad Cave Studios. I don't know if this came out this week or probably earlier. All I know is that I didn't have it. I had issues 1 and 2. And I figured, all right, well, let's give it a try. Kanto 2, issue 4, De Halomen. Yes, I'm a big fan of the IDW's Kanto. Chibi stuff, kind of cute. It's kind of weird. Whenever I see IDW, I keep seeing them hopefully being bought off by Boom Studios, but I don't think Boom can afford all the liabilities that IDW did for themselves, so they should just buy off all the property if IDW can't stay afloat. Yep. It's kind of sad because they got TMNT and Kanto, two of my favorite things coming out of IDW. But yeah, they're just not a solvent company, and man, the future of their IP, I don't know what's gonna go. Their original IP, I don't know what's gonna happen. TMNT is not the original IP, but Kanto is, and yeah. Well, hopefully, Boom Studios get y'all when you decide to not be successful. All right, but I'm doing my part to try to support y'all. But I don't know if you guys can take care of yourselves with however you guys be spending money and stuff, messing up your own company. Next, AWA's Bad Mother, the last issue, part 5 of 5. Oh my gosh, everything's falling apart. This is the last issue. Yeah, this is more of what would have been a better television series than a comic. I don't know why I invested in this, to be honest. Other than, I guess, my adoration for Mike Deodato, but the concept in itself is just not a comic thing for me. It's more of a television thing for me, and well, I don't know. I guess if and when it ever does become a television show, I'll flip it. And I don't normally sell stuff, but I'm just running out of space, folks. That's my problem, and I need to get some of that money back. But this is the patient man's game, and I'm gonna try to sell it when it's high versus selling it when it's low. And I don't know if it'll ever come up, which I seriously doubt. But you never know. Whoever thought that Ninja Turtles was going to be a thing, especially back in the 80s? What? I don't get it. And it became a thing. You know what I mean? So, Bad Mother, issue 5. Kaiju Score, issue 2, cover A. Yeah. You all know me. Well, not really, but you're going to learn soon enough that I'm about Godzilla and that kind of thing. If I had the money, I'd be buying up all the different kinds of Godzilla, vinyl figs all day. You know what I mean? Those things are awesome, but I wouldn't have space for them anyway, with all the other stuff that I got going on. But yeah, cover A, Kaiju Score, number 2. And the 1 in 10 variant, I don't know who did the art for it, but I will have it posted, obviously, because I always do. I got y'all back. Being about kaijus. Ever since I was a kid, always loved monsters, giant Japanese, monsters destroying things. Just my stuff, man. Love it. Yeah, that's it for the last year of 2020 New Comic Book Day. Hope to see y'all next year. And I gotta confess that I don't know if the stashes that I'll be having in the future will be as impressive, as I will not have as much leave to get to the comic book stores early this time. So I won't have the baller stuff immediately. I'll probably be only getting baller stuff after the fact, and be sharing them on mail call days instead of New Comic Book Day, because that's just how the game plays. And it'll probably be better for my wallet anyway, not to be able to have access to certain things first, because man, I can't help myself getting into stuff that I don't even really need to be getting into, but somehow I got into. All right, folks, this is all for this week's New Comic Book Day and this year's New Comic Book Day. Have a good, happy New Year. It's not really a holiday for me. It's more like not holiday in the way of religious holiday, so I'm allowed to celebrate it. You know what I mean? So, happy New Year's, folks, and enjoy. Ciao.